Cubo AI for sponsoring this video. Ah, the puppies are holding hands. The puppies are holding hands. Hello, Cosmo and Sylvie. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. I am just sitting here hanging out with Cosmo and Sylvie in their little nursery. I absolutely love this room. I love spending time in here with our little bubbies. Look at them. Look at you guys. They're holding hands. They always hold hands when they're laying together. I think it's just so cute. It's just so cute, isn't it? Hi. Aww. These two just woke up from a nap, and then I changed them into these adorable little outfits. They're May Gibbs, and I just love them because the little babies on them, you know, like, what is it called? Snuggle Pot and Cutie Pie, I think, or Cuddle Pie and Snuggle Pot? I don't know, something like that. They're little twins, so just perfect little outfit for little twins. And yeah, so they just woke up from a nap. They actually slept pretty well for their last nap, which is pretty amazing for them at the moment because their naps have not been the greatest, to be honest. We're super lucky that their nighttime sleeps are really good, so they sleep all the way through. You know, they go down to bed at about 6 p.m, 7 p.m, and they wake up at about 6 to 7 a.m, and they might wake up once during the night. So sometimes they will sleep all the way through, and sometimes they'll wake up once at a random time, maybe 2, maybe 5. And we've gotten to the point where if one wakes up, we do not wake the other. We let them sleep through, or see if they sleep through. If they wake up, that's fine. So starting a little while ago, their sleep in the day, it changed, and they stopped sleeping long periods, and they started only sleeping for 45 minutes, sometimes only 30 at a time, which sounds fine, you're probably thinking. But the problem with that is when they wake up, they're not happy. So if they don't get enough sleep, they are cranky when they wake up, and they kind of need to go back down to sleep again soon. And then it becomes this game of sleep for 45 minutes, awake for an hour, sleep for another 45 minutes, awake for an hour and a half. And I just know at this age, they could be having 2 big, nice long naps instead of, you know, 4 or so little tiny cranky ones. Hey, I love you. Look how big you guys are getting. Aren't you guys getting so big? Yes. And so I've been doing a bunch of research on sort of how to fix those problems that we're having with their sleep, I guess. Not because it's the most terrible thing in the world, but just because I want them to be happy and I want them to have a more restful sleep. And so what I've come up with, you know, what I've found while I've been trying to research about it is that baby sleep cycles are 45 minutes long. So basically when they wake up after 45 minutes, it's because that's really normal. It's really normal for babies to wake up at 45 minutes. But the problem is that if a baby knows how to self-settle or self-soothe a little bit, they can just put themselves back to sleep after 45 minutes and continue sleeping because they need to continue sleeping. But our babies haven't been able to do that because they haven't learnt to self-soothe at all. Ever since they were little, we have been putting them to sleep by rocking them to sleep, and I guess everyone will have different opinions on, you know, what the right way to put a baby to sleep is. I just do whatever works, so that's what works for me. I've never done the cry it out method or anything like that with any of my kids, but I do like to help them learn how to sleep so they can be as well rested as possible. So with that being said, we've been trying to get them to go to sleep on their own. And so what's been suggested, like what I've heard is the best sort of way to do that is to put them down when they're sleepy but not asleep. And that way they can fall asleep on their own. And that will also sort of mean, like, if they wake up after 45 minutes and they notice you're not there, it won't freak them out and they can just kind of gently go back to sleep. So we've only been sort of doing this for about a week or so. or trying it. And so as the twins are nearly 6 months old now, we figured it's probably a good time for that, because I don't think the 45-minute nap is going to work as they get older. It already doesn't really work, but I think it's going to become more of a problem, I suppose. That's just how I feel anyway. I'm no expert. And so the twins have their naps in their cots now. They're not in these cots overnight yet. They're still in our room with us. But we're trying to do the naps in the cots because this is where they will spend their night sleeps eventually. And so we want to get used to that. So they've been having their day sleeps in their cots for a little bit now. So it's really nice and dark when the curtains are closed, which is great. And so we figured one of the things we would need to start this journey of them sleeping in here and sleeping hopefully for longer periods and trying to teach them to self-soothe would be baby monitors for them, so that when we put them down, we can see them. So they won't be quite asleep yet, but we'll be able to check on them without, you know, coming in to disturb them, to see if they are asleep yet. So the baby monitor that we have for the twins is called Cubo Ai, and it is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's been 5 years since I've had a baby, like since the triplets were born. 5 years ago, I feel like technology has changed so much, because I do not remember anything like this being available when we had the triplets and the older boys. We did have a baby monitor for the triplets, and it was really basic. But anyway, this is like a smart baby monitor, so it attaches to your phone. Like you hook it up to your phone and you use the app to check on your baby while they're asleep. So I'm just going to show you guys some of the footage that I got of the twins in their nap during their nap earlier today. So it's in black and white, and the quality isn't as good when it's dark, because, well, I think it's amazing that the quality is even that good when it's dark, because it was really dark in here. The curtains were closed, and yeah, the room's super dark, but it has like a really good night vision sort of camera, and even when it's pitch black, it's still got a good night vision camera, which is awesome. But you can see when we opened the curtains and when it's actually light, the camera is like amazing. It's really great quality. And some of the features that I love about this camera, it has alerts. So it will alert you, it'll send alerts to your phone and notify you if your baby is crying, and it's got different sensitivity selection. So we have the sensitivity set at the most sensitive, so we will be alerted as soon as they're making a noise. And I find that really, really great. They also have like a face covered alert, so if your baby covers their face or like rolls over so you can't see their face or anything like that, you can be alerted for that. And I think when the baby is rolling like a lot, you can turn that off or adjust that for the baby rolling. So those features are really good, and I absolutely love how you can set up multiple cameras and have them on the same app. So we have Cosmo and we have Sylvie, and we can switch between the two and see how they're both going. I love the way that the camera shows a bird's eye view. So I've never seen another camera with this sort of setup before. The camera goes over the cot so they can look directly down and see a bird's eye view, which is pretty cool because the camera is in the shape of a little bird, which is super adorable. And it honestly just looks like really nice nursery decor. These cameras are super, super cute. So we're really excited to have the Cubo Ai baby monitors in the twins' room to watch them and to help us with their sleep transitioning, to help them transition to having the naps in their bedroom and on their own, so they can hopefully learn to self-soothe just a little bit so they can have a more restful nap, I suppose. And yeah, so we've been doing it for about a week now, and I have noticed an improvement. Not every single nap will they settle back to sleep, but they're doing it a lot more regularly now. And the good thing is that I was worried that putting them down in their cot without rocking them to sleep would mean that they would be really upset. But that hasn't really been the case. So we just kind of put them down and they just kind of lay there a little bit. They're usually quite sleepy, and they'll just kind of have a look around the room and just talk to themselves for a little bit until sort of drifting off to sleep. This doesn't happen every time, as I guess they're not quite used to it yet. And sometimes, just depending on how they're feeling, I guess we still pick them up and give them a cuddle and put them in their cot, you know, like if they get upset or anything like that, because I definitely definitely don't want to do anything. I don't want them to be upset, and I don't want to do any form of cry it out or that sort of sleep training. I'm just trying to help guide them for their naps, I suppose, to help them have a longer and more restful nap. And it is working pretty well so far. So I'm excited to see how that goes over the next few weeks, and we're hoping to consistently get these 45-minute naps up to, I don't know, like an hour and a half would be good. And yeah, it would be good to have just a few bigger nap blocks rather than lots of tiny ones, because it'll just help with the way the day goes, getting stuff done through the day, and as well as just helping the babies be happier and having a more restful sleep. So I'll keep you updated on how that's going, guys. If any of you guys have any sort of tips or anything like that about helping a baby gently learn to self-settle, unfortunately you can't leave them on this video, but leave any comments on my Instagram, and yeah, it'd be great to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again in the next one. Bye.